And you're standing on the edge, face up, cause you're a national. I'm feeling hard as stone. You gotta be so cold to make it.
It is game day here at Iona College, and college basketball is back in full swing. What is up, everyone? My name is Matthew George, and welcome to another edition of Gaels SportsCenter. Today marks the first day for Iona College. For the men's team, they'll be facing U Albany right here at the Heinz Athletic Center at 8 p.m. tonight. It'll be the first game of the season for the men's team. They have a new roster coming into this season after taking the MAC championship last season. I was a witness to it last year. What a game it was against Fairfield. Obviously, we blew them out after the second half, and just completely obliterated them. And now heading into this season, hopefully they can continue that stride and make a comeback, make a difference, and push for another championship this season. A lot of things happening now, around college basketball, as we all know, and especially for our team, and especially for the men's basketball team. Unfortunately, we all know um, that unfortunately one of our players is not here anymore. Roland Griffin, if anyone knows that Roland Griffin is now out of the program, unfortunately, because due to a confrontation and a fight that happened with the assistant coach. He's now trying to deal with some stuff and try to get back into the situation. But other than that, great. Expecting great things here for the men's basketball this season. Hopefully, the season with the preseason polls will be they'll be a little bit more down in terms of how they're gonna play this season. They have a lot different assets. They have 14 different players on this team now, and the only returns that you have this season are Ricky McGill, um, EJ Crawford, and 6'11" Andre as well. But it's gonna be difficult to see. It's gonna be interesting to see how this team will play out. They will play small ball again, as they've been doing for the past 3 years I've been here in the college so far. Um, so they will have, and so for your projected starting lineup, they'll have Asante in the four and right at the one, Ricky McGill at the two, EJ Crawford hopefully at the three, or Isaiah still at the three. Um, Taiwan Taiwan Agi at the four, and EJ Crawford at the five. So basically, this is going to be a very, very tight game of small ball. So it's going to be interesting to see how they actually play it out this season. Um, and if they can actually stretch the floor a lot. They were leading the league in 3 pointers last season. Or actually, excuse me, I think they were third. They were third in the MAC in 3 pointers last season. Coach Klus likes to play a more, what you say, like a more Warriors offense, but more of the small ball lineup. Not really that sort of a death lineup, but more of like stretching the floor and getting as much threes as possible, because they want to get as much open shots and open threes as they can, especially running with this small ball lineup. So moving on from that, just gonna go straight on to the NBA. Just go professionally now, and a lot of things have been happening in the NBA so far this season. It's been crazy so far. Expecting a lot more as the season goes on. Unfortunately, as we see, the Lakers are continuing to struggle. Although they did get their last win against the Timberwolves, it was a tight win, only winning by 4 points. They have to figure out a way how to win more efficiently, because there is no way you are okay. So you have one of the best. Okay, I keep saying this every time. You have one of the best players in the NBA so far in LeBron James, and he is taking most of the heat of the team. You let Derrick Rose score 31 points in the game so far, and it's just been unbelievable to see that they had to struggle to come back from a lead, and even if they were down, they have to come back from that. It's ridiculous to me to see that happening. So the Lakers need to find a way to get back into the swing of things because having a 5-6 record so far this season, I know again I understand it's only been 11 games into the season so far, but they have to figure out a way to win more games if they want to be a playoff team. So far, the start so far it's just not been really hit hard so far for me this season. There's a way that you can actually find that you can find ways to encourage your teammates to do a lot more. JaVale McGee, has been like on and off with his rebounding. He has been getting a lot of double digit points when he needs to get the rebounds. That's what you're there for. And now they actually had the addition of Tyson Chandler, and who can actually get the rebounds for your team. Not only him, and him getting not only him, Kyle Kuzma can actually can be on the defensive end getting rebounds as well. Other than that, I think the guard and then also the guard positions as well for the Lakers. Lonzo Ball needs to get more get more touches on the floor. He only shot one jumper and that was pretty much it. Actually, I think actually excuse me, the only bucket that he actually had was an alley oop, and that was it. There was an alley oop, and then he probably just got a free throw from one out of two from the free throw line. That was it. You need more out of your guards than just getting assists. I get that Rajon Rondo and Lonzo Ball are more playmakers on the team than shooters, but you're not gonna win if you're if you only dish and you can't even shoot or drive to the basket. So they need to find. So the Lakers need to find ways to get back into what they usually do, and get back into the play style that they've been going with this playmaking style. It is gonna be a big difference in the end if they decide to keep this play style going. Now for the Warriors, they didn't they had their winning streak broken by the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee Bucks have just been absolutely on fire now in the East so far. Picking up the win against the Warriors, 134 to 111. Giannis Antetokounmpo with 24 points, Eric Bledsoe with 26, and Malcolm Brogdon with 20. Pat Connaughton also had 15 points off the bench as well. So the Bucks so far this season have been really, really efficient so far. And that's not surprising because what they've done so far has just been spot on. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been a stellar on offense and also on defense as well, averaging over 26 points and averaging over 13 rebounds a game. That's what that's like almost MVP caliber so far. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually even gets to the MVP voting. And gets in early ballot for the MVP voting this season because honestly, it's either going to be him, LeBron James, or Steph Curry so far. I mean, again, we all know that it's already in the beginning of the season so far, but so far what we're seeing so far, it's just unbelievable to see what these star players can do. Now, on the other hand, for the Warriors, Steph Curry and Kevin Durant were held to only 27 points combined. Steph Curry only put up 10 points, and Durant was held to 17. The high scorer for the game was Klay Thompson with 24 points. Now that's how you play defense against. Now that's how you play defense against one of the best teams in the league. And holding Steph Curry to 10 points is pretty remarkable. And Eric Bledsoe um can definitely defend Steph Curry because he is one of the better defensive guards in the league. I think from my own perspective and what I've seen so far from the Bucks, if they can push to be a one or two, if they can push to be a 2 or 3 seed, then they are the ones to beat besides the Boston Celtics in the East. It's going to be the top three. The top three for me right now is going to be Boston Celtics, the Toronto Raptors, and the Milwaukee Bucks, probably respectively. But again, it's still early. Not only that, you have one of the best players in the East right now in Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's trying to have an MVP season. The cover athlete of NBA 2K19 can definitely do something to, not only set in stone that he is one of the best players so far in the league, he could potentially be one of the best players to, excel and be improved so far this season. It's gonna be and it's gonna be a very tough and it's gonna be very tough to face off against these teams, especially in the West, because you know they have been lackluster. The West has actually been lackluster so far this season. Speaking of which, of the West, the Thunder against the Rockets. What is going on with the Rockets so far? They have just not been, even up to par this season. Not even close. There was only one time that the Rockets actually had a good game, and that was probably even against one of the mediocre teams this season. OKC winning that game 98-80. What is just happening with the Rockets this season? Chris Paul and James Harden has just not been, efficient so far this season. Now you have James Harden back. He's not even doing anything at all this season so far. I get he's been injured and I get he's having some struggles, but you have one of the best shooting guards and one of the best point guards in the league and is in the better conference. If they can seem to pick it up once the middle of the season comes, then they're not going to be a they're not going to be a playoff team. I'm sitting in there right now. I'm not trying to be like Stephen A. Smith, but come on. There is no way that you can lose this badly, and especially scoring only 80 points in your last game. And OKC, and now obviously, as we know, OKC uh, did lose Russell Westbrook due to an ankle injury when he stepped on Anthony Davis's ankle, Anthony Davis's foot, going for a rebound against the Pelicans. So he's now out. So now Dennis Schroeder has to pick up the slack for him. He's done really well so far in his last two games, picking up 19 and 14 respectively. And all five players in the starting lineup for the OKC Thunder have scored over double digits. Terrence Ferguson and Dennis Schroeder had both 14. Steven Adams with a double-double with 19 points and 10 rebounds, as well as Paul George with 20 points and 11 rebounds. So OKC is definitely back in the swing of things so far, but let's see if they can figure out a way to, continue that now that Westbrook is out of the lineup and will be out for. Hopefully, he'll be out within like 1 or 2 weeks, because it is a sprained ankle, nothing less or nothing more. So that's good. That's a good sign for the Thunder, and his results came out negative from the ankle sprain. So hopefully he comes back. Hopefully comes back soon, and do better things for the OKC Thunder. So that's all it is for today. For Gaels SportsCenter, I'm Matthew George. Keep tuning in for WICR every Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for tuning in.